her and praying to Jesus.
Lord, you're going to take care of this child. I know you are. We're going to put our faith in you, God.
I don't know how she survived. For the house that she was in, it's leveled. And she was laying 50 yards away from her house. Her father and her mother was laying probably 100 yards from her house, away from her. I don't know how any of them survived.
He put Grace in a sheriff's truck and went out to look for more victims.
Miss Cindy, if you're in there and you can hear me, make some kind of movement.
For some, it was too late.
He's deceased. He is deceased.
I mean, it was just one of those deals that we had to go from one to the next and try to help the ones that could be helped.
Naylor is not a rescue worker. He does flooring. He wasn't the only resident rushing to help neighbors.
Open wound, also on her right shoulder.
Life and death hinged on quick thinking and improvisation.
Do I need to back this truck up closer?
Pickup trucks were used as ambulances. Critical care was administered in SUVs. Anything flat served as a stretcher.
When you close your eyes, is there an image that comes to mind, something that you can't erase?
Yeah, it's Grace's eyes. I will never forget that. I'll never forget that.
Naylor says he had 25 people in his storm shelter. Scott Grace, the girl he rescued, has been in surgery today for broken bones and internal injuries. She is expected to recover.
Manuel, thanks. Mike Beebe is the longtime governor of Arkansas. Governor Beebe, what have you seen today?
Well, Scott, this was a very powerful tornado. It twisted steel and performed acts of devastation that indicated it's probably on the high end of the scale in terms of the power of the tornado.
Of all the things you've seen today, all the people you talked to, what struck you the most?
Well, there are two things that were exactly the opposite that struck me. One was a situation where a father and his 3 young girls were in the home, got into a bathtub, and survived the storm, even though the bathtub was picked up and turned over on top of them, and all the debris was on top of them, and they were ultimately rescued. People dug them out, and they survived with mere scratches. On the other hand, we had a situation where a lady had actually built one of those safe rooms in the middle of her home, but she died in a safe room. So you had situations where you would think someone would be safe and they weren't, and situations where you don't know how somebody survived, and yet there are heroic stories of how they actually miraculously made it out.
Governor Mike Beebe of Arkansas. Governor, thank you and good luck.
Surely.
Eric Fisher is the chief meteorologist at our CBS station WBZ. He's tracking the weather. Eric, what can we expect?
Well, Scott, still many long hours to go this evening. Dangerous storms are on the map. There are several tornadoes on the ground, including one that's traveling just north of Jackson. We've had several confirmed towns that have been struck by tornadoes through the course this afternoon and this evening. So a dangerous night. Tornado watches are out across much of the South, and this is the area at most risk. In particular, parts of Alabama, especially western Alabama, and across Mississippi, and eventually these storms will move into North Georgia as we head through the overnight. They will maintain much of their strength. Tomorrow, their area of risk does not move very much. A very slow-moving weather system. So again, we will watch Alabama down toward Biloxi and Mobile. Storms will spread across the South, lots of heavy rain, and we'll still be tracking this as we head into the day on Wednesday, Scott, right to the Atlantic Ocean. So a powerful storm system. We hope everyone heeds any warnings that are issued tonight.
And more on all of this on CBS This Morning tomorrow. Eric, thanks very much. Today, sponsor after sponsor deserted the Los Angeles Clippers over racially